WDSU Investigates uncovered hidden dangers beneath the surface of playgrounds all across our area. For months, we collected soil samples from parks stretching from the North Shore to the South Shore. And what we found is now raising concerns among parents and researchers who say more needs to be done. Tonight, WDSU investigative reporter Cassie Sherm digs into the findings and what you need to know to help keep your family safe.
I spent months digging deep to get you answers, raising new questions on what could or could not be in the soil where your kids play. At parks across southeast Louisiana, children are doing what children do: running, climbing, playing, digging through the dirt.
So he collects all these little things that he finds on the playground.
So it's safe to say he's digging in the dirt.
And yes. Oh, and he found more things.
So WDSU Investigates started digging too. For months, we collected soil samples from playgrounds across southeast Louisiana. We're here at Evans Playground, Lafayette Park, City Park, Slidell, Brignac Park, Armstrong Park. We're going to take some of the soil, dig deep in there. They said the best thing to do is to get at least half a cup of soil. What we were looking for is lead.
So lead can affect just about every organ system in the body. It has about a half-life of about 20 years in the bone. You can expose your fetus if you're carrying. It can do a lot of the neurological damage.
Environmental health researcher Adrian Katner says it can happen quicker than you think.
When a child is playing in dry soil, in the playground, kicking up the dirt, playing, sliding into home base, basically doing what children do, that can be aerosolized if it's really dry. They can easily get it into their mouths, they can breathe it in.
And the impacts may not appear immediately.
You're looking at cognitive impacts, the attention, but also things like antisocial behavior, impulse control issues, especially in boys. Those are the things you're going to see once they've gone to school. They might have problems with learning disabilities.
So for many parents and even grandparents, it's a concern they didn't even know about.
It didn't cross my mind. You know, my main thing was he's got dirty hands and he's going to put them in his mouth and get dirt in his mouth. So, you know, I wipe him down when we get to the car, but never thought about, you know, chemicals or anything like that.
Researchers say much of the lead still found in urban soil today comes from decades-old pollution. Lead from gasoline, old paint, incinerators, and industrial sites settled into the ground for generations before many of those sources were banned or shut down. Fortunately for this family, little to no lead was found in samples in Slidell or Jefferson Parish. But in New Orleans,
this park has high levels of lead in the soil.
At Easton Park, one soil sample tested at nearly 4 times higher than current EPA residential soil screening guidance.
And I think it was definitely the highest of the parks that we monitored.
LSU recommends children to avoid contaminated areas until managed. Out of the dozens of samples WDSU collected, LSU researchers found 2 other playgrounds had high levels of lead: Brignac and Evans Playground. They recommend that soil be fully tested by the city, and areas that are high need to be capped, covered, removed, or contained.
It's a metal, it's persistent, it's going to last forever.
You want to climb the stairs?
At Easton Park, Sarah Mayfield says she was shocked to find this out.
Children having heavy metal exposure should not be a concern for us. That should be something that we should feel safe going to a public park.
Mayfield says what frustrates her the most is the lack of action from the city council.
It's still really frustrating and kind of unacceptable that, you know, the only answers I've gotten were that we'll look into putting up a sign.
Since the findings, she's taken her child to the doctor.
So I had him tested for blood lead and he's fine, thank God.
Researchers say blood testing is the only way to know whether a child has been exposed to lead. But despite Louisiana law requiring that young children be screened, that doesn't always happen. According to CDC data, fewer than 1 in 10 children under 6 in New Orleans were screened for lead poisoning in 2022.
One of my neighbors said all of his kids have elevated lead levels, so it's definitely been a concern.
And at Brignac Park, Virginia Miller says this problem isn't new.
And they told us that they're going to be upgrading it, and all we got from that was just everything got painted.
City leaders acknowledge New Orleans does not routinely test playgrounds for lead, and the last major citywide testing effort ended about 15 years ago. But WDSU Investigates uncovered the city had already identified lead concerns at Easton Park years earlier. Records show remediation work was conducted in several areas of the park in 2011. But the area around the playground itself was left untouched. That's also where WDSU Investigates later collected some of the highest lead readings uncovered during our investigation.
There was a whole safety and health piece to it too. We've seen stories about lead in some of our playgrounds. So how do we come up with a plan for lead remediation in our playgrounds? I'll say this, I asked for an earmark from Congressman Troy Carter so that we can have some dollars on lead remediation in our playgrounds, and he was able to put into the appropriations bill $5 million to the city of New Orleans to begin work on and progress there.
Now, the mayor says that $5 million will get the process started, but it still needs to get approved, and something like this could take time. For some residents, they say a year is too long, but while they wait, Miller says life still has to go on.
What are you going to do? Is it not going to take them out to the park?
And for many families across New Orleans, that may be the hardest part of all, because the playgrounds did not suddenly change overnight. But what parents know now about the dirt beneath them did. In New Orleans, I'm Cassie Sherm, WDSU Investigates.
And health experts say that parents concerned about lead exposure should encourage children to wash their hands after playing outside and to avoid tracking dirt into your home. Researchers also recommend talking with a pediatrician about blood lead testing.